Taylor Swift is handing the conservative agenda on a silver platter to the masses, and before I go any further and before you argue with me, you cannot convince me that the master lyricist of our generation, akin to Shakespeare, the Easter egg master of our generation, is not aware of what her entire optics and lyrics and album and everything is giving at this very moment. And before you suggest that this was supposed to be a satirical album, I would like to remind you how she feels about this album in her own words.
World to me to have this creative experience where like we knew that we had to bring the best ideas we've ever had.
Yeah.
And I also know the pressure I'm putting on this record by saying that, but I don't care because I love it that much. And there's not other ones coming. This is the record I've been wanting to make for a very long time.
I'll try to rapid fire this as fast as I can so that my video is not an hour long, but we're going to start with the rollout of the album, the announcement of the album on our boyfriend's football podcast. Our boyfriend, who plays for the NFL, who we are now aligning our brand with, who is one of the most racist and problematic industries in our country. Yes. Listen, I don't know how long Taylor Swift's been doing this, but I know it's been a pretty good amount of time. She's worked pretty hard for her career. But why are we sharing what you are saying is the best piece of work you've ever put out, and you're going to share it with a man? You're going to announce it with a... This is where the optics are starting. We are creeping our way down the conservative pipeline, and before you say that's a reach, I'm not done. We all know what's coming next, the engagement. They got engaged as a package deal with the album rollout. Yes, they did. The album was announced, and 1 day later, 2 days later, it was announced that they were engaged. We could talk about how manufactured that is. We could talk about how inauthentic it is. We could also talk about how it is yet another step towards the conservative pipeline. Now, if you're unaware about her history with the Orange Man, he didn't like her very much. He, in all caps, I hate Taylor Swift. She's a childless cat lady. I want you to bank that for later in the video. But once this engagement...
If you ask me why Trump name is coming into this, I can't understand. A lot of liberals are putting out videos calling Trump name. I don't know why. This lady actually point out some tweet Trump put out about Taylor Swift. Yes, before we take an exclusive look into what this lady said on this video about Taylor Swift, when you take a look at what Marjorie Taylor Greene sent out on X, Bad Bunny says America has 4 months to learn Spanish before his perverse unwanted performance at the Superbowl halftime. It will be a good time to pass my bill to make English the official language of America, and the NFL need to stop having demonic-ass performance during its halftime shows. A lot of people reacted to this during this weekend, and The View actually said something that triggered a lot of people about this. Whoopi says, you should paint your face black.
Anyway, she's threatening to go to the Super Bowl when Bad Bunny is there and round up all these people that are illegal immigrants. Do you think that she would go if it was Garth Brooks or Eminem or Taylor Swift or any other white person?
Let me understand what you're saying, because she's going to go to the Super Bowl and round up. How's she going to know who's who?
Because the Supreme Court has given permission to question anyone who has a Spanish accent who has a dark skin.
Yeah. So here's
That's why.
Thing. Here's the thing. Everybody, get a little cocoa butter, sit in the sun. That's the first thing. and this is the only time you can probably ever do this. Give yourself a Latin accent.
You know, Whoopi, that is such a good idea.
And see.
I know that people all around the world who love my music are also happy, especialmente todos los latinos. Todos los latinos y las latinas en el mundo entero y aquí en los Estados Unidos, todas las personas que han trabajado para abrir puertas. If you didn't understand what I just said, you have 4 months to learn.
Yeah. They can't stop us. They can't stop the comedy. Look what happened with Jimmy Kimmel. He's back in full force.
Yeah.
Even though we're not always funny here, we say other stuff.
You're always funny, Joy.
Well, we try our best.
Well, thank you, Sonny.
You're always funny too, Whoopi.
You know, one thing I thought of, though, you know, Christine Nome, the one who killed the dog.
Cricket.
She killed Cricket, yeah.
puppy.
Who does that? Who shoots a puppy? Only her. Anyway, she's threatening to go to the Super Bowl when Bad Bunny is there and round up all these people that
This is actually laughable. The View is sitting here. Oh, we are still here. I don't get it. I don't understand why they must do this every single time. You know, talking about like they sit here, they create fun or say some things that amaze people. I have never seen that. For the little time I spent watching some of these their clips, I don't see any. Each time these people go viral on social media, is saying some ridiculous things to trigger people, like what Whoopi suggested there. Before you go, you have to paint your body black. That's supposed to be funny, right? Whoopi, I have been told for many years that cultural appropriation is bad. But look at this. Sometimes when I look at these people, I begin to ask myself, what is wrong with them? They will always say things like this to trigger people on the internet. It's crazy, right? I don't know why this show is still there. Issue of skin color is now what is happening here. So if Taylor Swift is there, they will allow illegals to enter everywhere, right? That is what they're implying here.
Conservative pipeline. Now, if you're unaware about her history with the Orange Man, he didn't like her very much. He, in all caps, I hate Taylor Swift. She's a childless cat lady. I want you to bank that for later in the video. But once this engagement happened, we had a public statement put out by Pumpkin Man. And he said, wow, Taylor Swift, you know what? She's a great person. She's a terrific person even. And I'm very happy for them. I wish them best in their marriage. Okay. Now, I'm not claiming that Taylor Swift can control what that man says or that they are partnering in these words. No, I'm not saying that. But the U.S. has a history of using pop culture to further a political agenda. She's doing what he wants everyone else to do, is to get married and have white babies. What I do know that she can control is the music that she puts out. And I'm just going to jump right into it. Canceled is an anthem for those who are over being politically correct, and we're breaking down the wall of shame that it means to be canceled. Taylor Swift says it's okay now to be canceled, and that's actually cool. And maybe if I'm canceled, I could be her friend. See how that, see where we're taking steps. When I first heard the lyric, I'm not a bad bitch and I'm not a savage, if that is not the most dog whistly shit I've ever heard in my life. Moving on to wish list, let's take a moment for these lyrics.
I believe you heard what she said. I'm even speechless. I don't want to emphasize on this. I'm going to make the video short. I want to appreciate people that are constantly supporting me, sharing out my videos. If you don't understand how I speak, you can always read. There are things I say, I will put it on for people who don't understand how I talk. So please bear with me. God bless you abundantly. Please share the videos. And as of the short clips at the end, that is for the YT algorithm. They hardly recommend clips on this channel, so I try my best every time to do this.
Is next year the wedding year? Is that when it's happening?
Meaning that I was going to invite you to it.
You got a 5-album deal. Is the new bit of finger jewelry.
The hardware upgrade?
Yes. Check it out.
Trump warned you in August. Taylor Swift is not hot anymore.
And that we needed to play. And I think it's SOT 31. You really go there. And then do you really say,
She cannot stand him, Glenn.
J.D. Vance should be the next president of the United States? If you want to serve in the American Armed Forces, you should have to be in shape. There should be a bare minimum of fitness.
Give interviews. I don't do that.
J.D. Vance should be the next president of the United States.
Happening at the moment.
Yeah. President Obama.
Is blatant censorship.
Because he says he has a team of...
I feel.
Americans. It's a part of who we are.
Because that is really something that didn't happen before.
Does anybody else watch The View? Because I think there's...
I'm going to say one.
Look, there are certain rules of free speech that we must all abide by.
Does not have a right to have a television show where
to spreading lies.
Somebody to get up there, not all the same people that are in these polite...
Disagree with what Gavin Newsom said, that he doesn't...
Dave Chappelle, he's not wrong about that last...